Hello and welcome back to the Weekend Gardener. It's been a couple of weeks since I put a video up, but I have been pottering around doing little bits and bobs. It's just that there's not a huge amount going on at this time of year. I shall show you later on in the video what I've got growing at home in the new growing space that I built. But today I'm down at the allotment in the polytunnel and I'm going to get some seeds sown, ready for the coming season. Hopefully over the next week the weather's going to pick up a little bit. It's been a little bit cold up to now, but next week we're going to be hitting highs of 10 or 12 degrees. So hopefully they should germinate quite nicely in the polytunnel. So I'll show you what I'm doing and I'll get on with it. I've got all the seed trays out ready and I've just laid the packets on top of them. So we've got some all year round cauliflower, some mooli radish, spinach, two different types of snow pea. That's a purple pod, that's a green pod, some purple Vienna kohlrabi, some early sprouting broccoli, Chioggia beetroot, little jam lettuce, parsnips, Clapton F1 cauliflower, and some of my own saved seed coriander. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mix up the compost with the perlite and I'm going to get all the compost put into the trays and then I'm going to sow the seeds. As the compost mixed up, it's just a mixture of John Innes #1 seed compost and the perlite. It's roughly a 4:1 ratio, so I'm just going to pour that into my seed trays, get all the labels written out and then start planting the seeds. I've planted all the seeds into the seed trays and then what I've done, I've got some of the bubble wrap, I've gone underneath the propagator, put the lid on. I'm just going to wrap it over the top, the same as I've done for this one, and I'll come down every other day just to check for germination, and as soon as they germinate I shall take the bubble wrap off and open up the vents. So what I'm going to do now is go up to the second plot and I'm going to put the parsnips into one of my raised beds. Over the past couple of years I found that parsnip seeds are particularly tricky to germinate. I had to sow them 3 times last year before I got anything. So I'm not holding out much hope for these, but you never know until you try. So I've just put 3 rows in. I'm going to cover them over with a little bit of compost and I'm going to put clear plastic cover on top. And hopefully as the weather heats up, they should germinate. And they've got plenty of depth to grow into there. So I'll just cover them over and I'll get the cover popped on. So we've managed to get a little bit done down the allotment today. We've got some seeds sown. And let's just hope they all germinate really well for me. If not, there's always plenty of time to make another sowing. So now we'll pop back home and I'll show you how the onions, shallots, leeks and chilies are getting on. Back at home now and I've put the grow tent back into the dining room and I've popped all the sweet peppers and the chilies into there and I've potted them all on, and as you can see at the back there, the Joe's Long are doing really well, as is everything else. They've all got the first set of true leaves and some I've got 2 sets of true leaves, so they're doing really well. They're exactly where I'd expect them to be at this time of year. So that's how things are looking in the grow tent in the house, and we just pop outside now and have a look in the shed. The indoor growing area that I built for myself the other week is really working well. I've managed to get 8 seed trays inside and everything's doing really well. It's currently around about 17 degrees in there and the onions seem to be loving it. There's the Kelsey onions that I got from Ali. Thank you very much, Ali. Musselburgh leeks, 2 trays of Bedfordshire Champion, some Zabroon shallots, red burgundy onions there. Aubergines are coming on really nicely. There's just 2 chilies that I've put in there. Not chili, sorry. Sweet peppers there, California Wonder. Bulgarian giant leeks, Elsa Craig. But unfortunately, the Elsa giant onions don't seem to be doing as well as everything else. They are growing, but just really slowly. I was expecting them to be a little bit further along than they are, but they should be okay. I'm sure they'll catch up once the weather warms up and they go outside. but everything in here is looking really good. So that's going to be all for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.